Hello there, and welcome back to another video where I will be doing another drawing that I apparently took down from Snapchat. It's a very old drawing. It's one that I did a while back, but I'm not going to be putting that one up. So first things that I would like to talk about would be drawing the face and how to do so, because I've never actually really mentioned anything about drawing the face. So there's many ways you can go about doing this, and just after this first piece of video you're going to see some photos that are going to come up with some of the ways you can draw the face. This is the face facing forward. So what you can do, you can start with a circle and start from there, but however I don't like that because sometimes I don't know how big I'm gonna put the eyes, and then when I draw this small circle the eyes come out much bigger than what I expected, and I'm just gonna have to erase and start again. So what I would do is start with the eyes, because that's something that I find very easy to draw, and that's one of the things that give me the most problem, because one eye is going to be bigger than the other eye, or it's just going to be so far away. So this is the picture up now where you can see the faces and how they're drawn with the circle. So I realized I should have kept that up longer, but as you can see right now, this is how I would draw my eyes. I would start with a line straight down and then go across. Top line is here lying between the second line and the top line. That's going to be where the eyebrows are, and then the third line to the second line, that's going to be where the eye is situated. So then I'm going to draw these two markers to separate the two eyes from each other. That's going to be my little distance where the nose is going to be. And sorry, the camera kept focusing in and out. So that's how I'm gonna guess how big I want my eyes to be, and how far apart they're going to be. And from there, those same lines, I'm gonna take it up to draw the eyebrows. Now you can draw your eyebrows based on whatever size you want to. You can even connect your eyebrows and have a unibrow, but this is how I find the position for my eyebrows. And then now the position for the nose, you draw in your pupil and you sort of make a V, and that's where you're going to put the position of your nose. And to find the lips, you take the side of the pupil and you carry it straight down from end to end. That's where your lips are going to be, just under your nose. This other picture shows you it better. I should have kept that picture up a bit longer. Now back to the image. So the distance between the two eyes is usually one eye in between, but you could put the distance anyhow you want it, because it's your drawing and not everyone has the same sort of face. And I've just explained to you where to put the nose. The nose is a V between the two pupil, but you can put the nose higher on the face or lower on the face if you want to. And I already explained how to draw the eyebrows and how to get the size of the nose. So if you want the side of the pupils, you carry it down, and that's how you're going to get the nose size, or you can just work with the size you feel comfortable with. Now the next thing that we should discuss is the size of the lips and how thick, even though we should actually be talking about skin color right now, but we are getting to that. So the thickness of the lip is also based on how thick you want. Maybe I can do a tutorial video on that. And we are getting to skin color. For skin color, what I would do is I would mix a yellow, red and white. That's going to give me this color, and to get it to a darker tone, what you need to do is add a little bit blue. Not a lot, not a drop, but just like a little smidge of blue, and that's going to give you a darker tone. To get a lighter tone, you continue mixing white, and for highlighter, like to highlight the cheeks and the chin, you just add a little bit of white onto it. And if your white is like mine, it's not that thick, and you can pretty much see right through it and it will blend in great, you can use it. However, if it's just gonna put the paper back to the color white, I don't recommend using it. To get the cheeks, just add a little bit of red to outline the side, and then keep going in with a little bit of white to break it down and give it that sort of pink stain to it. Now to do the eyes, I suggest that you line the top of the eye with black, and then you do an outline of the pupil. Now the entire eye doesn't need to be black, and if you're going to add a little bit of reflection into that, you can do so by just leaving some white spots, and then you go in with the eye color. And the sides of the eye, inside the eye, it's not exactly white, there's a little bit of gray in there, so you add from a dark gray, go onto a lighter gray, and you will notice that's what I did with mine. But as you notice too, one of my eyes is slightly longer than the other. Now as we're going to talk about the lip now, for the lip I mixed the pink with a little bit of gray because the lip isn't exactly always pink. It's sort of like give it a skin color maybe. And then I painted in a little bit of the neck that was showing. I also gave her a flower crown, which was actually supposed to be one of the Snapchat filters. So to do the leaves on it, it's just you just draw it in and you paint the leaves green. She's also holding a teddy bear, but you're not really seeing her hand holding the teddy bear. You're just going to be seeing the face of the teddy bear, but we're going to get to that just now. We are still talking about the flower crown. Now the leaves aren't that hard to paint. You get 2 different type of shades of green and you can manage to paint that. But when it comes to the flowers, things are a bit more tricky because you're going to have to take your time with this one. You're going to want to put a deeper shade of color to separate the different layers of the flower, so it doesn't look all in one and you don't need to put lines over it to separate it. So that's a nice idea to do. However, if you think this one's going to be too hard, you can just go over with your black line marker or something and separate it with that. Now this flower, it was supposed to be a white, but I did it too dark. So that was a little problem that I had there, doing it a bit too dark. And I tried going over with the white, but remember I mentioned that the white that I have, it's just blending straight in. So then I went over with a darker color, but it still looked a bit too dark for me, so then I went in back with the white, which was a bit crazy. I should have left it with a darker color. Now looking at it, then I just think that the cheeks needed a bit more white to it, because I don't think it was standing out just enough. So I went over back with a little bit of white and put it on, but then I went in back with the skin color to just sort of even it out because it looks a bit too bright. And as for the nose, well, I've already explained that, but to put the nose hole, you can just do a little black and just do an outline of it. And as for the hair, I'm still working on the hair, so I can't really give you much tip on that other than you just put it in whatever color you want. So there's that. There won't be much story in this one because the video, it's a bit too fast and I haven't really covered all the points I wanted. So next point on the teddy bear. For the teddy bear, I went in there with the same skin color that I used for her skin, but that is not going to be the final color for the teddy bear. I'm going to be going over back with it with a next color that the teddy bear is going to be in, but for now that's what I'm going to use. As for the teddy bear's little nose and mouth, it's barely picking up here, but I left that area white and then went over with a pink, and I did make some part for it a bit darker in this pink, just like I outlined the pink ears. And as for the eyes, that's not the finish for the eyes. I wanted it much darker than that. And as for her shirt, so I mixed it a dark pink to put out the creases in the shirt, and then I went in with a little bit more white, but the shirt needs to be a little bit more light pink than that, so I went in with some more white and just kept adding to it. And something that I forgot, I didn't really look at it, is that I missed out piece of the shirt on the next side. You're not really seeing the full side of the drawing right now. You're just seeing piece of it. Just a tiny piece is missing. And so I went in back to make the brown to put on the teddy bear. Now you're going to be seeing the teddy bear's color here. So I went in and I took my time adding little by little, trying to create layers so it will look as though the teddy bear is fluffy and not just painted on. And I didn't just use this brown, I tried adding a different color brown into it. So like I said, it will look like the teddy bear has layers on it or something. Plus I needed something to separate the teddy's neck from the rest of its body. So I do hope this looks good and does actually pick up well on the camera, which it didn't really pick up that well. So but you can see a little bit of separation there. Something to take note was that the nose and mouth didn't really pick up well until I put in the line art, and I forgot the other side of the shoulder, like a portal just came and ate that side of the shoulder. But don't worry, I'll be remembering it just now. But that was a mistake that I forgot. So when you're drawing, please remember to check twice until you realize everything is in its right place before you paint. Don't get excited and just paint it in. That's what I did. But overall, I'm really happy with how this painting turned out. It looked kinda nice. I just had to put in the other shoulder. So this video is coming up to an end as I'm putting in the line art, which is basically the the eyelashes, and just outlining the nose and the face with the black marker, with the black pen. This is one of my glitter ink pen, which I love a lot, but some of the paint weren't that dry, so it had some issue right there around the teddy bear. Some of the paint from the teddy bear weren't dry, so where you see the pen is going in and out, that's because it wasn't finished drying, and it needed to take some time to dry, especially where the ears are and the eyes. But overall, I got it finished, and I do like how it turned out, and I liked how this turned out. But then I decided to put some freckles on her, which I realized the black didn't really show up that well on the camera, so I went in with some brown, which I am going to admit was a mistake, because she looks so pretty without the freckles, and in the first one it didn't have freckles, and then I realized the freckles weren't blending in that well, so I went over with some water on it, and it does look nice. And then I remember at the top of the eye, the eyelids, and the chin.